Today we're going to talk about civil law in Brazil. Our Rio de Janeiro civil attorney accepts each of individual as a subject of law, regardless of their particular activities. He is in charge of regulating people's relations with their peers and with the state. Generally, this system is made up of the rules that are part of the civil code. Our São Paulo civil attorney is specialized in all types of lawsuits that may affect you or your family. In this sense, our specialist in civil law will take care of defending your interests when claiming or facing a claim for damage that entail the payment of compensation. In the same way, our Brazil civil law attorney can deal with cases of medical negligence, which must be claimed through the courts, and with confrontations for inheritance and successions. Remember, in any case that our expert Rio de Janeiro civil attorney, look out for the interests of your family. Our Brazil civil attorney will also defend your interests in the field of family law in matters such as divorce, separation, custody, shared custody, regulatory agreements, and a larger number of related to civil law. Civil law has its origin in Roman law, when it was understood under two different and opposite forms: ius civile, which Justinians characterized as the rights of the city, of the Romans, contrasting with the ius gentium, which correspond to the common law of the people in relation to Rome. Civil law is made of legal rules that determine patrimonial or personal relationships between individuals, natural persons or legal persons. The purpose of civil law is to preserve the interests of the subject at the patrimonial level, which can be voluntary or forced, and moral. To understand civil law, it's necessary to know the notion of natural law, which is the existence of principles based on human nature, which is considered fair or unfair. These alienable, universal, and superior rights to the positive or effective legal order. Positive law, in turn, can be divided into private law and public law. In its broadest sense, is the set of written legal norms. Civil law is used as a synonym for private law, which regulated relations between individuals, and public law, which had to exclusively with the tasks of people and women, state institutions or public powers among themselves. Civil law is a branch of private law that regulates civil or commercial ties and conflicts that arise between individuals without the intervention of the state. Therefore, its field of application is very wide, applicable to include several rules and regulations, such as real or domain rights, this property and possession, and the rights of people, understanding that the term person refers to any being or entity capable or being a subject capable of acquiring rights and contracting obligations. Civil law is the rights of natural persons, regulating their legal capacity, nationality, and administrations of the assets of the incapacitated, as well as relationships with other people, marital status, domicile, and etc., protecting the rights and the interests of each individual. Civil law is a private law in general and includes a multitude of aspects of human relations, regulates all those issues for which there is no special law, deals with all those issues related to contracts, claims, family law, state of persons, private interests, and many others. Request advice from our São Paulo civil attorney for all types of procedures in Brazil: drafting of documents, claim for unpaid compensation, evictions, contracts, and other legal matters. Has your tenant stopped paying rent and wants to evict you from your home? or São Paulo civil attorney can also be of help to you. In this sense, always from the framework determined by your Brazil civil attorney. He is able to offer legal advice on lease contracts, answer of eviction demands, and requests to abandon the home. All this, of course, for the utmost respect and professionalism, values that our Rio de Janeiro civil attorney can offer you. For their part, our Brazil civil attorney can also offer you the legal defense you need against any type of civil liability claim. In the same way, our expert in civil law will explain what you should do in the event of a breach of a contract that you have signed, failing that of a demonstrable verbal agreement that you have reached. For its part, our team of Rio de Janeiro civil attorney is also prepared to file claims against insurance companies, which will allow them to ensure the best conditions for the members of your family. In this case, for recovery of debits, we definitely can help. For its part, if the field of civil law, our Brazil civil attorney is also a specialist in horizontal property law, and therefore can provide you with the legal assistance and advice you need regarding everything related to the community of owners, where it resides. On the other hand, you and your family may also be interested in our contract draft and study services, as well as those for claims of quantity. This relates to all those debits that you claim in Brazil or that you want to request from your company. Civil law in Brazil is formed by a set of legal norms that regulate the relations of citizens with each other, whether they are personal or patrimonial relationships, voluntary or forced. It's one of the basic norms common to the entire Brazilian territory. Our São Paulo civil attorney have specialized in civil law, highlighting the specialties of civil contracting, civil easements like water easement, aqueduct easement, easement of way, light and view easement, easement of party building, and etc. As you can see, there are many possibilities. It also has lawyers specialized in urban leases and rustic leases, civil liability of doctors like medical negligence, civil liability of architects, the vehicle driver, of the hunter, protection of the rights to owner, personal and family privacy and own image, international adoptions, guardianship, civil incapacitation, horizontal property, communities of owners, and etc. And of course, all the complexity of matters that derive from the application or non-application of civil law, such as intervention in civil, monetary, verbal, ordinary trials, and their corresponding appeals to the provincial courts and appeal to the Supreme Court in civil matters. The branch of civil law is one of the most important areas of law in our legal system, as it's in charge of guaranteeing the minimum civil rights established in the Brazilian Constitution. We are here to help. We will assist you in any civil matters you have in Brazil. Please click on the link below, contact us, and let me help you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.